Welcome to the Entitled Files, where today we meet a mother-in-law who completely lost her mind at the news of a grandchild. What started as a simple pregnancy announcement spiraled into one of the most bizarre cases of grandparent entitlement we've ever seen. From social media chaos to outrageous demands, this story proves that some people just don't understand the meaning of boundaries. Let's dive in.
Let me tell you about my mother-in-law and how she completely lost her mind when I got pregnant. You won't believe what happened. I really used to think she was a nice person. When I married my husband 2 years ago, she seemed perfectly normal, maybe a bit overbearing, but nothing major. You know how some mother-in-laws can be, right? But oh my goodness, was I wrong about her. The moment I got pregnant, it was like a switch flipped in her brain. She went completely psycho, and I mean that in the most literal way possible. So picture this. My husband and I had just done this cute little photo shoot for our pregnancy announcement. Nothing fancy, just some baby shoes, our ultrasound picture, and a letterboard announcing our baby was on the way. We hadn't even finished editing the photos when I woke up one morning to my phone absolutely blowing up with messages. My mother-in-law had gone on Facebook and announced my pregnancy before we could tell anyone. Not even our closest friends or family knew yet. But here's the crazy part. She didn't just announce the pregnancy. She wrote, "I'm finally getting my grandbaby. Can't wait to meet baby Michael." Michael? We never said anything about naming our baby Michael. She just decided on her own that our baby would be named after her late husband. Can you believe that? When my husband called her to take it down, she had the nerve to tell us we should be grateful to have such a caring mother. Grateful. But trust me, this was just the beginning. The next thing she did was absolutely wild. One day, out of nowhere, I get this text from her saying, "Can't wait to see you at my party this weekend." I had no idea what she was talking about. Turns out, she had thrown herself what she called a grandma shower. Yes, you heard that right, a baby shower for herself. She invited all her friends and my husband's entire family, telling everyone she needed diapers, a crib, baby clothes, even a stroller for her house because she'd be babysitting full-time. The thing is, we never asked her to babysit, not once. When I confronted her about it, you won't believe what she said. She looked me right in the face, laughed, and said, "Oh, sweetie, you're a new mom. You don't know how exhausting it is. You'll need me to take him. I figured he'd stay with me at least 3 or 4 nights a week." I just stood there, completely shocked. I looked at my husband, hoping he'd say something, and thankfully he did. He told her straight up that it wasn't happening, that she could visit but definitely wasn't taking our baby overnight. You know what she did? Her eyes filled with these fake tears, and she whispered, "Why are you trying to keep my grandbaby from me?" Then she went home and made this dramatic Facebook post about being pushed out of her grandchild's life and tagged me in it. But wait, it gets even worse. The baby shower my mom and best friend planned for me should have been a beautiful day, but of course my mother-in-law had to make it all about her. When it came time to open gifts, she handed me this beautifully wrapped box with the smuggest smile I've ever seen. Inside was a custom-made baby blanket with the name Michael embroidered on it. Remember, we still hadn't chosen to name our baby Michael, never even considered it. And then she stands up in front of everyone and announces, "Now you have to name him Michael." The blanket was expensive. The entire room went completely silent. My husband, bless him, just calmly took the blanket, folded it, and said, "Thanks, Mom, but his name is Lucas." The look on her face, I wish I had a picture of it. She actually said, "Well, I already told everyone his name is Michael, so you can't change it now." I just laughed and told her she doesn't get to decide that. But the absolute craziest part of this whole story happened just a week before my due date. She called my husband with what she called a schedule. This woman had created an entire Excel spreadsheet with designated days when she would have the baby. She wanted him every other weekend and 1 full week each month. Like some kind of custody arrangement. Can you imagine? When my husband told her this was insane, she completely lost it. She started screaming, "I raised you, I deserve this," and then, get this, she threatened to take us to court for grandparent rights. That was the final straw. That was it for me. I looked at my husband and said I was completely done. He agreed immediately. We blocked her number, banned her from the hospital, and she still hasn't met Lucas. And you know what? It's been absolute heaven. Of course, she's been telling everyone in the family that I stole her grandbaby and turned her son against her. She's made me out to be this horrible daughter-in-law who's destroying their mother-son relationship. But honestly, I've never slept better. You know, looking back, I can't believe how patient we were with her for so long. The way she acted, you'd think she was the one having the baby. From stealing our announcement to trying to force a name on our child to literally creating a custody schedule. Who does that? The best part about all of this is that my husband and I are completely united. He sees exactly how crazy his mother's behavior is, and he's stood by my side through all of it. We're enjoying our time with little Lucas, and he's absolutely perfect. Definitely not a Michael. Sometimes I wonder if she'll ever realize how inappropriate her behavior was, but honestly, I'm not holding my breath. All I know is that our little family is happy, healthy, and drama-free, and that's exactly how we plan to keep it. I mean, can you imagine if we'd actually given in to any of her demands? She probably would have tried to move in with us next. Some people just don't understand boundaries, and with a baby involved, you can't take any chances.
If you enjoyed watching this entitled Grandma Learned That Babies Aren't Timeshares, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to catch all our latest stories. Don't forget to comment below with your own crazy mother-in-law story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next entitled file.